Hey, what's up everybody? My name's PersNikity and welcome back to Resident Evil 7. This is my Madhouse difficulty walkthrough and we're almost done. This is the Salt Mines and after this it's the finale, which is basically the final boss, which compared to everything else this game puts us through, the final boss is a joke. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. Pick up that backpack right there, and that's going to expand your inventory. And you're going to come to this area here, and there's a lot of items to pick up. There's a lot you can do, because this is going to be one of the last locations where you can actually, like, build up your resources and things like that. But there's also going to be this radio over here, and when you trigger that, there's going to be a little conversation relating to the story. So I'm going to let you listen to that conversation now.
Alpha 1, this is Bravo 1. Do you read?
This is Alpha 1. Report. Did you find anything?
A thorough search of the Baker property revealed 0 survivors. Repeat, 0 survivors. We did find evidence of a skirmish.
Evelyn?
Negative. However, we did find several encrypted messages from the Baker's son Lucas to an unknown third party. You can probably guess who that was.
That's just great. We've had reports using the abandoned mine south of the property. I'm gonna go have a look.
Roger that. We'll meet you at those coordinates.
If you encounter Evelyn, orders are shoot to kill. Repeat, shoot to kill.
Alright, so after the radio conversation, you'll notice that the video is being sped up pretty rapidly here. Like I said, this is one of the last chances you get to really fortify your character. You can use those coins to buy new things like this. Personally, it's your preference here. If you want a new weapon, you can get a new weapon. I actually made a mistake. I bought this thing here because I thought it was steroids, which increases your maximum health, but it's actually a stabilizer, which only lets you reload faster, so it's not a useless trait, but it's definitely not one that I needed. But oh well. Pick your poison, basically. But then go to the storage container, choose your inventory, settle everything there, and then you're probably going to want to save your progress here. And you'll see that I actually have a ton of cassette tapes. So one of the biggest problems that was worrying me about this Madhouse playthrough was that I thought saves were going to be incredibly limited, so I was being very generous. Or I was being very, not generous, I was being very safe with my save points. And it turns out I finished with like 7 or 8 cassettes left over, so it's really not a big deal. I could have saved so many more times if I wanted to. Now what you're going to do here, there's going to be a lot of molded in the area. Don't even bother fighting them. Press this button here, and that's going to trigger the elevator to come up. But what you're going to want to do is you can't get on it just yet. You want to lure these guys to the other side of the elevator. And then while they're behind it, that's when you run around and press the button to open the doors. Now, again, they're going to be right there behind you, so this time what I do is I just spread out a little bit more. You want to lure them as far away as you can to kind of guarantee yourself enough time to get on the elevator. So then, boom, I ran back to that very corner so they would all follow me, and that's when I'm going to make my break for it. So remember, because that door will shut when you walk away. So open it, run inside as quickly as possible, and then press this button, and you should make it out untouched. Again, you're going to want to save as much shotgun ammo as you can. The shotgun is the best weapon in this game, and it's a very important resource, so try to save it when you can. And you're going to see the salt mines, this is actually a really easy section, except for the last couple of minutes. The last couple of minutes is the hardest part in the game. And I don't mean that, I don't know what to say. It's really difficult, the last part of this level. I died so many times. I spent like 2 hours trying to beat the last 2 minutes of this level. There's going to be tripwires in this area here, so try to avoid them at all costs. The good thing is the molded can actually run into the tripwire if you lure him in that direction. So you saw that's what happened there. So that's another way to save ammo, is let the environment do its work. So if you dodge those tripwires, then hopefully the molded will run in. But again, right there's only one molded, so if you have to use your shotgun, don't be afraid to use your shotgun if it's an emergency situation. But for the most part, you're going to see that we can actually run around most of these guys. and that's going to make our lives way easier, and it's going to save us a lot of ammo for the end of this level. Now, another thing I'm going to point out, I'll probably mention this a couple of times, but one thing I'm very proud of in this particular video right here is during that last section when I was having a really difficult time beating it, what happens is when I beat the game on regular or on normal difficulty, the game gave me 2 free weapons, and one of them is a very, or not 2, it gave me 1 weapon and 1 like defense token, like a really strong defense token, better than the one that you get at the beginning of the game. And when you beat the game on normal, those 2 items automatically appear in your inventory on any save file. So after I beat the game on normal, I picked up where I left off on Madhouse, and in my inventory was this really powerful weapon. But I kind of made this goal where I was going to film this walkthrough as if I had never played the game before. So everything I do in this walkthrough, it's almost as if I just picked up the game from scratch and started on Madhouse Mode. So those weapons that I unlocked for beating the game on normal, I'm not even going to use them. And that's something I was really tempted. What I did during that really difficult section, I created a second save file because what I was going to do was I was going to beat that section with the powerful weapon, post that online, and then try to go back and beat it without. But I don't know, I just felt like that wasn't true to my goal that I set. So I ended up scrapping that idea, and I kind of became determined to find a way to beat the section with only the weapons you're given in your regular playthrough. And so that's what happened. So I'll probably point that out again later on. But yeah, and another reason for that is I noticed in a lot of walkthroughs in this particular level, they are using that really powerful gun. And so I wanted to try to post a walkthrough that avoided using that gun. For the players that basically are playing Madhouse right off the start, or for the players that don't want to use those weapons from the normal playthrough. But yeah, so what's going to happen is now we're just kind of going through some labs. You saw back there that I basically ran through everyone. There's a thing of steroids under that bathtub, so make sure you pick that up. And then we're basically just going to go through some labs until the very last part of this level. But you saw how I just ran past everybody. I hardly used any shotgun ammo. And that's what you want to shoot for, because saving that ammo for the latter half of this level is really going to benefit you. Now, usually throughout the game when I pick up these pieces of paper and stuff, I don't spend too much time looking at them because I read them on my normal playthrough. But this one in particular that I'm about to pick up, if you are interested in the story, this one's really important to read. So if you're following along and you want to follow the story, what you might want to do is pause the screen every time I flip the page so that you can read the text, because I'm just going to scroll through it very quickly, but this is a very important document. Let's see, is it this one? Okay, it's not that one. Maybe I haven't come to it yet, but okay, I think it's in this trunk here. So you're going to open this trunk, and yeah, there's going to be a document inside this trunk. I believe that's the really important one. So this one right here, as I'm flipping through the pages, if you really want to follow the story, no, that's not it either. Okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know there's a document in here that explains more about who Evelyn is and things like that. And I know it's coming up. I know for sure that it is in this video. But yeah, so I'll try to point that out better when we actually get to it. But what you're going to want to do is pop the E001 container into that box, and you'll get out this little syringe, and this is the weapon that we use to kill Evelyn once and for all. So you're going to come now to this room here, and okay, maybe I did already pass that document, so if you're interested in the story, you might want to rewind and pause the video as I stop on those pages. But here we go, guys. This is where we approach the most difficult section in the game. This part is so hard. I spent 2 hours trying to beat it, and I'm really proud that I was able to beat it with only weapons earned in this playthrough. So the weapons that you unlock when you play the game on normal, I'm not using those weapons. Now you'll notice in my inventory I have the grenade launcher. You better have that in your inventory. You better have a shotgun and a grenade launcher, because those are the 2 weapons that are going to save your life in this section. You can maybe get by without a lot of shotgun ammo. You're going to need some shotgun ammo, but the grenade launcher is essential. I could not beat this section without the grenade launcher. And more importantly, right now I only have one round, and that's the Nero round, which freezes the enemy. I'm going to have to get some fire rounds. So what I'm going to do here is the enemies are going to start spawning, and I'm going to make sure I kill at least these first 2 or 3. So one headshot will do the job on these guys. Things get kind of close quarters, so run around if you have to. But yeah, you're gonna go for headshots here, and one shot in the head will kill these guys. And now right here, you'll notice that I just picked up some of the solid fuel. You need to pick that up. Trust me. You're gonna want that. So make sure you get that solid fuel. I picked it up really quickly. It was sitting on those barrels. So if you didn't see me pick it up, rewind and make sure you know where that is. Now for the rest of these enemies, we're pretty much just gonna run right past them. And this is pretty tough. It's going to take some practice, and it's also going to take a bit of persistence, because sometimes I was able to get through this perfectly, sometimes not so much. Duck into this cage here, get the health, and make sure you get that red bag. That red bag is a super chemical, and you need that. You absolutely need that, so make sure you pick it up, and then just keep on running. Reload your shotgun every chance you get. Again, this is where you see things kind of got sloppy. Make sure you're healing up if you take too much damage. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm not really trying to kill these guys. I'm just trying to sneak past them. And then at the end of the thing here, there's going to be that vomiter. Lure him down the stairs, and then all you have to do is get up these stairs. And once you get up the stairs, stop right here. And if you can get to this point, none of the molded are going to chase you. So right here, for a second, you're safe. Combine the solid fuel with the super chemical to create 2 flame grenades. And that's what's going to be used to take out the next 2 enemies. So this right here, this is the hardest part in the game, because we're going to have to fight 2 of the fat molded. Those are the ones that will vomit on you when you shoot them, or if you get too close to them or anything. And it's really tough. And watch this. I got a little bit lucky here. I missed my first grenade. That was stupid. That really sucked. But luckily I was still able to finish this fight. So you can see that even if you don't play this perfectly, you can still get away with it. So yeah, use your 2 flame grenades. If you can, try to shoot them while they're next to each other so that the flames kind of spread. If they get close to you, hold down left bumper to block their attacks. That will reduce a lot of the damage that you take. And then what you're going to do is heal up, pull out your shotgun, and now you're just going to try to take out one of them. So remember, they should already be somewhat weakened from the flame grenades. So what you're going to want to do is change to your secondary type of ammo. That's the Nero round. And what you're going to do is shoot it, and this will momentarily freeze him. And so now you're going to pull out your shotgun, and while this guy's frozen, you're just going to pop a couple of headshots with the shotgun. And from the damage that you caused with the flame grenade, the shotgun shot should be able to finish the job. And so at this point, you're going to have one guy left, and the best way to do this, these guys are really fast, so don't even try to run away from him. Instead, just run around this center pillar here, pull out your shotgun, and just keep shooting him. And eventually, again, with the damage caused by the flame grenades and the damage caused by all the shotgun shots you're able to get into him, he'll explode as well. And there you go. Now, the thing that makes this really tough is that those guys are really fast. They can hurt you from a long distance away, and the other thing that makes this bad is if you die in this part, you have to go all the way back to where we had to run from all those molded just a couple minutes ago. You're going to have to go all the way back to the beginning of that. Now, once you take them out, there's going to be 3 charges, the 3 tripwires that are lined up along this ladder. You see that I only shot 2 of them. That's because one of them actually got damaged in the fight, but do take that into account. There are 3 of them in total, so make sure you shoot all 3 before climbing up this ladder, because at this point, you definitely don't want to die. But basically, guys, if you can get past this section, you're going to be able to beat the game on Madhouse. This is the hardest part in the game, in my opinion. But with a little practice, like I said, it took me 2 hours to get through that section. But with those flame grenades, the job becomes much easier. So run up here, save your game one last time. You're going to have to go through the crack in the rock here. Save your game one last time, and then we're going to be moving on to the finale, which compared to this is extremely easy. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you get the chance, and I'll see you in the final video.